Waynesville Library, and today we have a special guest. This is Dimitri.
Hello.
He works at a bank in town, and we thought it would be fun to talk to you guys today about money since it's a brand new year, and we thought we would get together and just go over some things about money and maybe answer some questions that you might have. And then at the end, we have a little kit that your parents can pick up here at the library with a book and a parent guide and piggy bank. So let's get started. So I guess the first thing we want to discuss is, what is money? Where did money come from? Why do we even have it?
That's a great question, Miss Lisa. So before money, we used to use bartering. So what we would do is we would trade for things. So if there was something that I had, or something you had, we could trade and we could feel like it was equal value. Mm-hmm. It got a little bit harder the more we did as a society and the more people started doing. So for instance, if I grew some corn and I had corn for you, but you had a horse and buggy and you were doing all these different things, I couldn't just give you enough corn to get that horse and buggy. It started to get a lot more complex. So we started creating currency as a people. And I believe in China, over 2,000 years ago, they first created paper currency, where they could actually trade with a piece of paper, which was a lot easier than me getting all my corn and figuring out how much that would be. Mm-hmm. And so we started doing that more and more. And now we have paper currency and some coins that we use on a regular basis. And that helps us figure out exactly what we want and exactly how much it would take.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
So there are different types of money. So there's paper money that we have, which comes in dollar bills here in America, and they're generally pretty green. They come in slightly different colors. And in different countries, they'll have different colors, they'll have different sizes of currency, which is really nice because some people that can't see, for them it's a lot easier to tell different types of currency, different bills, if they're a different size. In America, you can go to uscurrency.gov and they'll actually explain each part of the dollar bill, what it does, why it's there, and why we have it.
Interesting. All right, guys, so look that up, uscurrency.gov, and you can see what all of our money looks like. All right, so now we're going to talk just a little bit about what we do with our money. Of course, we use money to buy things, but we can also save our money. So we're going to talk just a little bit about that and how a bank can help us with our money, using our money.
Sometimes, if you have money from an allowance or a job that you did, you might see something that you like and you want to buy it, and that's fine. But sometimes there'll be something that you really like that might cost more than what you have right now. So what we typically do is you can take that money and you can set it aside. So in this case, we have a wonderful piggy bank that you can use. You can put your money in there, and if you'd like, we'll give you a little notepad where you can even keep track of how much you have in that piggy bank. And if that piggy bank gets full and there's still something that you want to save for or put money aside, because once you spend it, it's now gone and you have to start saving it again. At a bank, you can bring money to us and we can put it aside for you under your name. And that way, if you ever want it, you can come and get it. And we as a bank can take that money and we can use it either to lend to people to start up a new business or to give somebody money to buy something else. And then when you come in to get your money, we take the interest and we can give you your money back.
Very cool. Does the bank keep money in a special place?
We do. That's a great question. We actually have a room that we keep a large portion of our money. It's called a vault. Mm-hmm. And that is a protected room that we have for valuables and currency and everything else that you might need.
Now, I have a question because I have a puppy dog at home.
Yes.
And she loves to eat money.
What
happens if your puppy dog or somebody tears up a dollar bill? Can you still use it?
That's a really good question. Yes, depending on how much your puppy dog ate. So as long as your puppy or whatever happened to it, there's more than half a bill, don't despair, come and see us. And even if it's less, come and see us. We can at least help you and guide you and let you know what's going on, what you can do. In fact, anytime you have questions, I know that working at a bank, we love these questions. Come and see us. We'll be happy to help.
Okay, great. All right. So now I want to talk just a little bit about what you're going to get in your kit that you come and pick up at the library. So we have a book. It's called Trouble with Money, The Berenstein Bears' Trouble with Money. And in this book, the two little bears, brother and sister, they love money. I mean, do you like money? I kind of like money. I like having more money. Well, they did too. But every time they would get money, they were like spending it the minute they got it. And so Mother and Father Bear had to sit them down and talk to them. Have your parents ever said this to you? What, do you think I'm made of money? Or, money doesn't grow on trees. What does that make you think about when you see that? Well, or when you hear that. If you look in the book here, when Papa Bear said that to brother and sister, Papa Bear's suddenly standing here and he's just all dollar bills and coins. And the tree has got money just falling off of it. That would be really nice if that were true, right?
That would.
But those are figures of speech that people use to say something. What your mother and father are really trying to say is, you know, money is earned. You don't usually get money just handed to you. Your parents go out and they work for their money. So money doesn't grow on trees. You can't just go pick it off of a tree somewhere or pull it up out of the ground. And your parents aren't just covered in money. They have to go out and work for it. And sometimes your parents might say something like, they said in here, they told the cubs they needed to save for a rainy day. Now, when my mom told me that a long time ago when I was 5 or 6 years old, I thought I had to wait till it rained to use my money. And that's what the bears thought too. So what does save for a rainy day really mean?
I think it means that sometimes we need money to get the things we want and that we need, and sometimes we don't really know that we want them or need them right away. So we put money aside to make sure that we have it if there is something that we need it for. And what I really like in there too is I think they also talk about that there are things that are more important than money too. There's different resources and there's different time. So I think money is just one of the things that we can have and set aside, but a piggy bank will help you manage it and save and take care of it.
That's right.
So I have a question for you.
Please.
Once you put the money in the piggy bank, can you get it back out? How does that work? How does that piggy bank work?
This piggy bank actually has a hole in the bottom. So you can take that out. Now, some piggy banks are completely sealed and you would probably have to break it to get the money out. But this one actually you can take the bottom off and take your money out and start over. You know, you might think, oh, I've got enough now to go buy that one thing I wanted, so I'm going to shake it all out of here. You can look in your little, where you've wrote it down and say, yep, I've got enough to get that thing I wanted, that toy that I've been saving for. And then there's a place here to make a withdrawal. You can put deposits and withdrawals, and that's another thing at the bank and in your piggy bank. You can deposit money or put it in, and then you can withdraw it by taking it back out. So that's a good bank word.
It is a good bank word.
All right. So in our kit also, we included a little worksheet of things. Like, if there's something you want, draw a picture of something that you really want and how much it would cost you, and then that'll tell you how much money you have to save. Giving is also a really important thing. We save money, but sometimes it's nice to give money or to save to give to somebody else. You know, you might want to buy something for someone else. And then the fun part is looking at the coins here and adding them up. Now, when I was a kid and my dad would hold out a handful of change, I would go for what was the most. Like if there were 5 pennies or a nickel, I thought if I took the 5 pennies that I had more money than my brother had.
Fair assumption.
But I might have had more coins, but it was the same amount. 5 pennies is the same as a nickel. And sometimes my dad would have a quarter and he would have 2 dimes and a nickel. I'd think, this is more. It was exactly the same amount of money, but it was more coins. So you need to learn how much the coins are worth. Like a quarter is 25 cents. You would need 25 pennies to make a quarter. A nickel is 5 cents, so you need 5 pennies. A dime is 10 cents or 10 pennies. And then you could add all of that up, and how many pennies would it take to make $1?
It's gonna take a lot of pennies.
A lot of pennies.
You need 100 of them.
100. It's a lot of pennies.
This is a lot easier to carry.
That's right.
100 pennies.
Yes, $1 is way easier. How many dimes would it take to make $1? Let's see. You got 10, 10, 10, 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So
I think
10 dimes.
10.
10 dimes. And how many nickels would it take to make $1?
I think it's gonna take 20 of those.
20, because 20 times 5 is 100. And lastly, the quarters. How many quarters would it take to make $1? 25 times 4. So 4 quarters. What I like to do is I'd save all of my change in my little piggy bank, and then I'll take it all out and go trade it in for the paper.
And you can do that too.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. But there are several little worksheets here. There's also a thing here that's giving you scenarios like you have $2 to spend, and here are some things at the store that you can buy.
Oh, I like that.
And each one has a price. So figure out what you could buy for your $2. And then there's another one back here where you're planning for a party, and it's telling you all the different things you could have at your party and how much they cost. And you don't want to spend more than $50 on that party. So what all could you buy here? So that'll be a fun activity for you to do with your folks. And I even included some funny songs. I'm just going to sing one to you. This is to the tune of Are You Sleeping, Brother John? It says, I've got money, what should I do, what should I do? I must make a choice, spend or save, spend or save. So there's some little songs you can sing about money. Like, when Johnny comes marching home, this is the song is Marching to the Bank. When Johnny goes marching to the bank, hoorah, hoorah. When Johnny comes marching to the bank, hoorah, hoorah. Our Johnny stops to save, and then the rest of us all follow in. And we save, 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 and we all go marching home. So you can have some fun at home. And parents, there's a really cool, neat little guide for you with topics that you can talk to your kids about. It's a real great way to start a conversation about money. And this is a good time to start when they're young. If you start teaching them when they're little, then they're going to value money a lot more than if you wait till they're older. So come by the library, pick up one of these cool kits. We'll also put a link to where you can hear the book being read. You'll get your cool bank, your little deposit notebook. And then if you ever have any questions about money, come see us here at the library or go find Dimitri at the bank and ask him. It was really good to see you guys, and we'll talk to you another time. Bye.